Aleema Khan, sister of former Pak Prime Minister Imran Khan, warned as she addressed the rumours around his safety and sharply criticised what she called an unprecedented breakdown of Pakistan's justice system. Aleema Khan said that Imran Khan has been isolated for at least 6 weeks, with family members blocked from their court-mandated Tuesday meeting slots despite judicial orders guaranteeing access. They are in contempt of court on everything, she said in an exclusive conversation with CNN News 18. The justice system has completely collapsed. There are good judges, but their autonomy has been withdrawn. Listen in.
Why is Imran Khan being denied basic constitutional right during protests?
You see, he's been isolated for at least 6 weeks. My sister was allowed to meet him on 2 Tuesdays because Tuesday is family and lawyers meeting day. That's been stipulated by the courts. So basically, they are in contempt of court on everything. There is no our justice system is, I would say, collapsed, completely collapsed. I don't think the judges. There are excellent judges. They have been sort of their autonomy has been basically withdrawn, or maybe they have passed a couple of amendments in the Constitution, which has made our courts completely ineffective. That's the 26th Amendment and the 27th Amendment. And the 27th Amendment is basically person-specific. A few people are giving themselves complete immunity from law. That's for Pakistanis. I think we are dealing with a shocking situation, and it's like a reality check for all of us. As far as Imran Khan is concerned, I think they even gave the Prime Minister complete immunity for life or something to that effect, and had to be withdrawn because they realized that Imran Khan might benefit from it and might be released from jail because of this complete immunity. But for sort of addressing the rumors that are going around that his life might be in danger or he's very ill. No. 3-4 weeks ago when my sister met him, he's completely in excellent health. So they can't claim that somebody's died of old age or he had any ailment. He doesn't. But I don't think they will even dare touch a hair on his head. I don't think they would even dare, because these people understand very well that there's a huge amount of anger in Pakistan, a lot of anger. Otherwise, they wouldn't be going around giving themselves immunity at this rate. It is becoming a joke in Pakistan that a few people are giving themselves immunity for life. The only thing I can claim is that they would never dare even think of hurting him, because what will follow is I don't think anybody would be ready for what happens next. And you think people are going to sit around and let them live?
Well, that was Imran Khan's sister, and although the members of Adiala jail are saying that Imran Khan is hale and hearty, then why stop his family from meeting him? While this is happening, viewers, there is a huge spat that is emerging along the Durand line, with drone strikes by Pakistanis across the Durand line on Afghan locations. There is a fight there. The TTPs, backed splinter groups are now becoming individual jihadi tanzeems who are now operating and spreading all across mainland Pakistan. And you had an Afghan national who emigrated to the US from Islamabad, who's gone ahead and shot 2 National Guards in DC right outside, raising questions on security around the White House. But more importantly, what a dangerous, devious game is being played in this region. Let's try and understand what's happening in the neighborhood and what does Bharat need to do in such a situation. Lieutenant General D.P. Pandey with us, Zahak Tanveer and Dr. Ranganathan with us. Namaste and Jai Hind to everybody. Thank you for your time. General Pandey, how would you read these developments? Would you want to look at them individually in isolation, or are the dots connecting with each other somewhere?
So firstly, I think thank you for having a wonderful panel. It's a matter of great privilege to hear both Zahak and Dr. Anand. My knowledge gets enhanced when I'm listening to them. But very quickly, I think
everybody is learning from Ambassador Deepak Vora. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, right. So, firstly, I think the dots are not exactly connected, but yes, these are repercussions which are happening, and thanks to the people who are controlling the events which are happening in Pakistan, Afghanistan region. Actually, I'll tie up both together. It is, they are not segregated, and it's not about Durand line, but what is being done by the Americans in Pakistan has got repercussions in Afghanistan, and there is a larger game which is being played. Very quickly, I'll just talk briefly about Imran Khan as well. I'm sorry, I'll just deviate a little bit. Please understand that Imran Khan the sister is being very, very bold that he may not be killed. There's a legacy behind, and Pakistan military is quite capable of removing him from the scene without much happening on the ground. But today, I don't think so. He's right. There's a whole social media network which has been playing. A lot of people have been asking me this question, but I don't think he's dead. But there is a situation being created to keep these people into push. You just remember that he's also a Pashtun, and there is a whole backlash which is also happening in the KPK area. So there are linkages which is happening. The second is this issue of coming about who's going to be more powerful. Is Afghan Taliban going to take over, be able to push their narrative and take control of their own area? Or is Asim Munir able to get the upper hand? Now is the issue of ego and I think a certain degree of nationalism which is in play here. And most critical, which you missed out, and you must talk about it more often, is about the killing of IS leadership. A few of them in KPK by, I believe, it's done by Afghans who are top leadership who were removed from the scene. I think just about last 24 hours, and there's not much narrative which is happening. So look at the schmozzle which is there. IS is clearly been now linked by the Afghans to Pakistan establishment, which by extension is linked very clearly to CIA. Is now the whole thing is opening up for the world to watch that who's hunting along with whom in this region. So it's a very dangerous game which is at play, and it will get out of hand. The meeting which took place in terms of trying to broker a ceasefire has actually shut down. There is a lack of capacity on both sides, truly from the Pakistan side and Afghanistan side, that they are not actually at each other's throat. If they had enough capacity, I think they would be at war today. There is nothing much which is holding up, and I think the biggest challenge which they have taken upon themselves, the Pakistanis, is that they have actually started the hornet's nest, and this elements like Jamaatul Asrar and all, which are moving around, and they have taken this suicide attack in Peshawar, I think just about 2 days back, a response to which the Pakistanis have civilians in Afghanistan is going to be actually a major shift, and I think Afghans have come out, they're going to strike. And please remember, Afghans follow the principle of suicide bombing, which they've got battalions of it, and they are going to use it to quite an effect in Pakistan. So virtually everything what Pakistan was playing against us for last about 3 decades, and Americans were investing in Pakistan to actually ignore what was happening to us, is now happening to America on their soil and to Pakistanis on the soil. Should I celebrate it? Yes, some degree of sense of a very devilish mind allows me to celebrate that, okay, they are getting hit at home, but actually a sane global citizen will not like all this to happen. But Pakistan is in a great spot. Nothing much is going to happen to Afghanistan. I believe they have issued a notam for no flying of Pakistani aircraft from their airspace. So you imagine they are jam-packed onto the east and west. They can't fly these two very important countries. They can only fly out to Tajikistan or else through Iran. And both are under stress even today. Yeah.
Right. 22 days Imran Khan's family has not been allowed to meet him. And the KPK chief minister, he also wanted to meet, and he's also not been allowed to meet. Even as there is a huge escalation along the Durand line, and the Pashtuns are not going to be happy about that. Let's just quickly listen into the KPK CM also if we can.
आप लोग समझाएं अंदर कौन है, स्टूडेंट साहब है, कर्नल साहब है, चले जो भी हैं आप उनसे जाएं, लिख के आए कि क्यों छोड़ने या नहीं छोड़ रहे हो. ठीक है मैं इधर बैठा हूँ.
So again, क्यों नहीं छोड़ रहे हैं? Why are they not letting me meet Imran Khan? There are a lot of, like General Saab said, that the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa region, because he's a Pashtun, Niazi, so there is a huge sentiment for Imran Khan. He also enjoyed a lot of support. In fact, the TTP came out and openly said that we will man your booths during the election and nobody will be able to take away your vote. We'll ensure all the votes fall for you. So that's the level of support that came in. Zaq, Tanveer, how do you see this manifest? And this whole thing about, and I had a conversation with Suhail Shaheen from the Taliban, who said that, and part of the government, and they believe, they have reasons to believe that what's happened in the US is an ISI plant. Because they are still wanting to be guarded officially, but unofficially they believe it could be done to ensure that the US view about Afghanistan is sour and the Pakistanis play that game again, because Trump is there on record calling Afghanistan a hellhole and all Afghan immigrations have currently been blocked. All this adds up towards the Pak game. Zahak, yeah.
Thank you so much, Anand, for having me on your show. We need to understand that Imran Khan is no friend of India. When Imran Khan was in power, he was used by the radical left of the West, and he was also used by the pro-Turkish lobby against India to pass this Islamophobia bill against India. So we have to also understand this point that Imran Khan is no friend of India. But when it comes to Afghanistan and Pakistan game, there is a huge game which is happening in the region, and one of the biggest games is the 27th Amendment, which is on the cards. And Asim Munir is trying to push this so that he becomes the chief of defense forces, so that the three naval and air force and the land forces come under his control. So the huge game is happening, and the smokescreen strategic centralization is taking place. And with this, Asim Munir will get the lifelong rank and lifelong impunity and immunity to carry on the gray zone operations and also to carry on the proxy operations near the Afghan as well as the India border. So it's not the danger for India, it's also the danger for Afghanistan, and it's also a danger for the Israel as well. So the tacit approval of the United States is looking at the rare earth minerals inside Afghanistan and Pakistan. And what United States is looking at is to control Iran and to contain the Iranian nuclear plan. But at the same time, it will be hitting back Israel as well. So when it comes to the 27th Amendment, it will be a huge backlashing point for the Baloch and the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa as well. So these two parties will definitely be blowing against the Pakistan establishment. And the rumour about the Imran Khan's death, it cannot be ignored when it comes to Pakistan. Okay, when it comes to other countries, we can ignore this rumour about the Imran Khan's death. But when it comes to Pakistan, this rumour cannot be ignored. So yeah, the region is facing a real threat. And when it comes to Bharat, when it comes to India, India needs strong leadership. And I believe the leadership currently which we have, the leadership should continue to tackle such a threat.
So we cannot brush it aside. There has to be something's going to give in 22 days or 25 days. Can suddenly Imran Khan's health from glowing and all right get to fell ill drastically and beyond recovery, and he perished inside the jail. In fact, surprisingly, Dr. Ranganathan, there are people who in June said by November or December, Imran Khan will not be a player on the pawn. He will not be there on the board at all. So is it all moving in that direction, and then you're creating utter chaos in the Durand line to say, oh, the nation is in utter chaos and we need to have martial law?
Anand, first of all, thank you so much for having me in the same panel as the two wonderful experts, and I speak as a layman out here, and what they've said is absolutely true. I'll just add something to it. Ronald Reagan, the US president, used to famously say, trust but verify. Let me amend that in context of Pakistan. Even if you verified 100 times, please do not trust. And the same goes not only for Pakistan, but I'm afraid also for Afghanistan. I mean, I'm glad you clarified when you said I talked with Taliban, the government. Because, I mean, you are living in a situation, in an era, where you simply cannot trust anyone. And in this, maybe apply, quote unquote, the Trump doctrine, that everything is transactional. And what I am particularly pleased about what this Modi government has done in the last 7-8 years is to have almost zero transactions with Pakistan. We just don't want to do anything with Pakistan. And trust me, at least there was some semblance of morality and ethics in the 70s and the 80s and even in the 90s when even people who would go and meet the US president would never take their army chief along. You would have instances where Nawaz Sharif would probably go and, the Musharraf would not tag along or somebody. Out here, it is so brazen. It is almost declaring to the world that the Prime Minister is actually a puppet. The real power is not tagging along. It is the Prime Minister who's tagging along. So it is actually Asif Munir who is actually meeting Trump. It's just subsidiary. The poodle is actually the Prime Minister. So now all masks are off. All pretenses off. And I'm glad Zach brought out that point. Now, had Imran Khan not subjected India to the kind of disgust and vitriol that he did when he was the Prime Minister, we would, because I don't know, for some odd reason, we've always had a soft heart at these things. We melt very easily. We would have actually seen Imran as a victim. But Zach is absolutely right. Even if Imran comes back again, miracle of miracles, we should continue with the policy that we have because Imran is not a victim. They are all the same. Everyone is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
That is from Bharat's point of view as a nation which is obsessed with trying to wipe out Bharat or bleed India with 1,000 cuts. But what happens is there is an impact on those who want to align with Bharat, who want to come back, and that they are on the other side. So Pakistan is sandwiched between two nations who want to have an equation with each other, and there could be perhaps a modicum of understanding and moderation. Today we are at a place where we can even think that the Taliban can become moderate, but we are not willing to accept that Pakistan will ever be democratic and peaceful, or that Asim Munir will ever be, in a way, less inimical to Bharat. So, General Pandey, what happens in this situation? Are we going to have a huge migration of refugees towards us? Should we also take into conjunction the first time a reference of Sindh made by the Raksha Mantri? Shortly after the, utterances at Bhuj and also what we talked about Sir Creek.
I think, look, we should be worried. And as Zak has said that 27th Amendment is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Next few days are very, very critical till the time this entire thing comes into play because the leakage of ISI event which has happened in US, killing of 2 National Guard officers, Pakistan will try and do something silly in this time, even in India, because this allows him to actually take control inside of a country which is today very, very fractured and in a very difficult situation. And it will also compel the Americans to keep on signing because, Trump has actually signed off with a devil which is uncontrollable and which will keep on pulling them inside. The second is, while we should be worried about it, the second is that is America looking for a long-term decision, something in Afghanistan? Are they wanting to go back and do something silly out there so that the rare earth material comes easily to them? And is this situation which is happening today along the borders is creating a situation or an international organization once this Ukraine-Russian war, which is, I think, maybe about another week's time, you'll find certain degree of progress happening towards this Israel-Hamas stop, a certain shift of focus which will take place into Afghanistan, because it is becoming not only critical for rare earth material, we keep on forgetting, it's about the Chinese connection as well, because he needs this area now. The error of Biden which happened when they moved out, they need to correct that and come back into this area, because Taliban, the day they say, okay, we are going to shake hands with you, we'll allow you the rare earth material to go to you, they will be finished internally, because that will go against the entire concept on which they came against Americans and throughout the Americans. And therefore, this is a huge challenge. And I think the shape is being set for some time to American to start intervening into Afghanistan. They will use Pakistan as a leverage and come inside. Yeah.
Right. Thank you. I've run out of time. Thank you, gentlemen. Amazing conversation as always to have intelligent minds who bring different perspectives around what could impact us. But there is something brewing in the neighborhood, viewers, and we'll keep close tabs on what's